Hey friends! So today's video is going to be my September favorites because it is the end of September and that's just what you do, right? So today we're going to talk about some products and things and fashion and stuff that I've been really enjoying in the month of September. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit getting over a cold, so my voice is a little bit sinusy and nasally. That's what's happening there. I'm getting over it, thankfully. It's on its last leg. I've been diffusing eucalyptus and tea tree in my house like nonstop, so been getting my fair share of just like Vicks vibes in my house. But let's just jump right into it, shall we? First, we're gonna talk about the Sugarpill Fun Size Palette. And I used this in my last video in my Get Ready With Me. Thank you so much to everybody who left such nice comments about my sponsored video. I was so worried about it. I was so worried that people weren't going to respond well to it. I was worried. Like, I haven't been that worried about a video in a long time. So thank you to everybody who were so positive and who were so supportive. Thank you so much. I'm saving up to possibly go to the UK in December. So who knows if that's gonna actually happen, so that's exciting. Hopefully that happens, I don't know. But yeah, I've been really liking this palette. I'm wearing it today. I'm wearing these three shades on my eyes, Continue, High Score, and Level Up. It's just a really nice palette. It's very similar in formula to the Sugarpill regular formula, so my worries were thwarted there, thankfully. Sugarpill's eyeshadows are pretty dry and they swatch terribly, so they're much more of like a buildable thing that like they go on pretty pigmented, but you can like build it up because they are on the drier side, and I find them easier to blend that way. Like, these blend out flawlessly. I haven't had any issues with it and I've worn it almost every single day. It's tiny, it fits in my purse, and I really hope that they start making more of these because as much as I love Sugarpill shadows, they're so big that like I can't justify necessarily buying like an entire palette of these like huge pans. So this is much more up my alley as far as just like being able to travel with it and not having like a huge pan of like blue eyeshadow. They're like the same size as Juvia's Place palettes, like as far as shadows go, but like Juvia's Place are like far less expensive. So, but yeah, this guy's really cute. It's so adorable. Like, it's so cute. I've had so many compliments on it. Like, when I've had it at work, people are like, oh, that's adorable. I like it a lot. A couple of Lush things. The cookie dough lip scrub. I think I talked about this in a video. I don't quite remember exactly what I said about it, but I collect Lush lip scrubs. I think they're having a pumpkin spice one that comes out with the Halloween collection, which I'm going to need to get because I hoard Lush lip scrubs and I realize I have a problem. I will get more into that when I go into my vanity tour, which I'm also going to try and film tonight. Who knows? This is the second time filming this video because my microphone died. But tastes like cookie dough. It's a lip scrub. Makes my lips soft. It does what it says it's going to do. It does what it needs to do. It does it well. The Flying Fox shower gel is something that you can't buy anymore, but thankfully it's a very similar scent to the Lust perfume. So if you love jasmine and you love that really heady, like rich kind of, not musky, but like, it's not floral. Oh, it's such a nice jasmine. It's such a unique jasmine. Like, I had never smelled jasmine like this before I worked at Lush and before I started using the jasmine products. Like the Lust perfume, this, I feel like some people say that it smells like R&B, but I don't think it smells like R&B at all. But there's a handful of other things that smell like this. They've had some bath bombs over the years that smell like this. So if you're ever wondering what smells like this, you can always walk into a store and be like, hey, or call, or there's a multitude of things that have like the Lust perfume, and that's pretty much what this is. And I've been trying to work through some of my old shower gels because this is another thing that I have too much of. I realized this. And it's got honey in it, so it's moisturizing. It's really good for the fall. It's a good fall smell too. I must say I love this scent for the fall. I actually don't think I have Lust spray perfume. I have it in a solid. I don't know, but this is good. Bring out your inner vixen with Palmarosa oil. It's a wash so cunning you could stick wings on it and call it a flying fox. Honey, angelica, burdock root, jasmine, Hungarian honey, Greek honey, English honey, jasmine absolute, ylang ylang, cypress, palmarosa. It's just got some really nice ingredients in here. I love this. I love this. I'm so excited for what they're gonna have for Christmas this year because I haven't bought any like new fun Lush things. since I think last Christmas, because the Mother's Day and the Valentine's Day stuff did not excite me at all. Like I've like re-upped on stuff, and I think I bought like a bar of soap and like the lip scrub. But other than that, I've been like, nah. The next thing we're gonna talk about is a hair mist. Now, my hair looks a little bit different than more recent. I trimmed it. My sister and I put a lot more shaggy layers in it, added a lot more texture to it, and I found that my hair's been like kind of bouncier and like holding a little bit more of its natural wave now that the pieces are shorter. I have very thick strands of hair, so the longer it is, I feel like the heavier it is, and so it just kind of falls. So giving me a lot of these like choppy layers, my hair has been like, oh, you have a wave now. Like you don't have to put braids in it to give it a wave. Cool. I didn't have to put braids in my hair yesterday. I let it air dry for the first time, and I actually liked how it looked. What? For the first time in a while that I liked how it looked. But I have had this Herbivore Sea Mist on my shelf for probably over a year. This is the Coconut and Sea Salt Beach Wave Hair Mist, Herbivore Botanics. It's actually Seattle based. It's a sea salt spray and it's good. I like that it's a glass bottle. It feels a little more like sturdy. They have like a larger size too. This is just the mini size. I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about it, but I like it. It's a sea salt spray, like nothing super revolutionary, but it smells good and makes my hair do nice things. So yeah. And then just a couple of skincare things that I've been using and I've been really liking. While I've been sick, naturally my skin gets sad and dry and sallow and angry at times. And so I had a nasty pimple here that I had like picked at, and that's part of why I haven't filmed as much lately, because I had like this like patchy, flaky mess right here. I bought the Ordinary Lactic Acid 10% plus hyaluronic acid, and I've been using the 5% lactic acid from the Ordinary for a couple years now, or year and a half, give or take. When I bought it, I've only bought one bottle of it, so I finished it and I liked it, but I wanted to see if the 10% would work on my skin. I wanted to see if my skin would handle it, and I didn't feel as bad kind of taking the risk because it is really inexpensive, and so far my skin has really been liking it. The first couple of times I used it, my skin was like,
whoa, this is a new sensation.
But I haven't been irritated. My skin hasn't broken out. It hasn't freaked out. It hasn't had any sort of eczema flare-ups, which has been good because I like this and I don't like wasting money on things. So if you've been curious about like the Good Genes, I think from Sunday Riley, that's what it's called. This is like so much more inexpensive than that, and it's good. I don't know what's in the Good Genes specifically that makes it that expensive, but I like what the Ordinary's doing, bringing like quality basic ingredients to like the masses, making it a lot more accessible financially. So good on you, Ordinary. And I use this at night, by the way. I use it at night a couple times a week. Yeah. The last skincare body beauty product I wanted to talk about is the Pharmacy Honey Potion Renewing Antioxidant Hydration Mask. Masque hydratant régénérateur antioxidant. I can't read French. I bought this for a couple of reasons. One, I saw it in the store at Sephora and I was like, oh my God, I love this packaging. I love bees. I love honey. I love anything bees. All these little Visco girls are like,
save the turtles.
I'm like,
save the bees, okay?
Bees are amazing and honey is amazing. It never goes bad. It crystallizes, remelts, recrystallizes, remelts. Honey is naturally antimicrobial, antioxidant, antibacterial, moisturizing. It's a humectant, so it locks in moisture and it tastes good and it's good for you. Honey is just great. Bees are little flying wizards. And the other reason why I bought this was because Kate the Great Beauty was raving about it. And she is somebody that I value her skincare opinion because she isn't like a teenager. And like, we're like,
Hey!
elder millennials. Honestly, Kate, if you're watching this, I'm totally down to collab one day. Seriously. And she's one of those people that I feel like doesn't take skincare for granted as well because she's living on a cruise ship and it's not easy to get anything. So I bought this because one, I actually use Manuka honey on my face on occasion just as a face mask because my face loves honey. This is so nice. It's a warming mask. So it comes with a little metal spatula and this lid is actually magnetized. So the spatula just kind of stays on the lid. And then when you use it, you take this little thing off and then you use the spatula and you just scoop out what you need. You put the lid back on and then you can like rinse the spatula off, put it right back on here, and then it's good. It's such a nice it's pretty, but it's also like functional for what it needs to be. This is the smaller size too. This is like 38 bucks, so it's not cheap, but you don't need to use a lot. And you get 50 grams, which is just over 1.5 ounces. So it's a decent amount of product in here. I've really been enjoying this, especially on days when it's been cold, and it's getting cold, thank God. So this, you like spread it on your face, and then you kind of let it sit in for a few minutes, and then you rub it in, and it warms up and lathers as you rub it into your skin. It's such a weird sensation that you're like,
Wait, how is this honey lathering? And it's warming up. Oh gosh.
and like it warms up in your hands too. So it's really good for when you have a cold, because it just like invigorates your skin and like helps stimulate blood flow because it's warming, and it's moisturizing, it's brightening. I really, really am enjoying it. And thanks, Kate, for the recommendation. You're great. Just like your name says. But yeah, so I'm curious to try other things from Pharmacy. Let me know if you guys have tried anything from Pharmacy. I love honey. I love honey. Bees are amazing. If there's any living creatures that I feel like I would want to get tattoos of, it would either be a bee or a shark, because they're both grossly misunderstood and magical and very important to the ecosystem, and dying at an alarming rate, okay? So yeah, bees, they're great. That's all the skincare and body stuff I really wanted to talk about. I haven't bought that much new things lately. Like I said, I'm trying to save up for maybe going to England in December. I don't know. But I want to talk about some like fashion accessories. So if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you would know that I wear a lot of jewelry from like local Seattle makers. This necklace is from Open the Cellar Door. I feel like I've turned so many of you guys onto this brand. Like I've had so many people be like, oh my God, I love that necklace. I bought those earrings. They're great. Local brand. I own 2 pairs of earrings. This necklace, I actually don't own that much from them, but I've been wanting to put it in order recently because there's like some stuff on there. I'm like, do I want that rosary? I don't know. So these earrings I got recently is from a totally different brand. It's from a local maker. She goes by Al Contre on Instagram. It's her name shortened, but she doesn't have like an Etsy storefront or anything. It's all through Instagram, and then she goes to local markets around the area. So like farmers markets, like holiday gift, like handmade gift things. Like I'm very excited for fall and winter for that, because I've really kind of fallen out of like the joy of like shopping in places like malls, but I really love going to these like craft markets, and like especially the witchy ones around Halloween and like the cool local ones around Christmas. So if you're ever in the Seattle area, there's so many that happen. Seriously, I think they have like websites that show all these like local cool markets, and then there's some where like people will bring crystals. Like the lady who I have bought crystals from in the past, she goes to one every so often, and you meet a lot of cool people there. And I found when I started buying like inarguably more expensive products, more expensive jewelry from people who like make them, and like I can see the hands that made all the things. And when I started doing that, I started valuing them more, and I started to like just cherish them more and not just like let them get lost because they're expensive. So I like doing that, and I like being able to see the people that make it. And pretty much everybody I've met who I've bought jewelry from are very cool people. So yeah, these ones are really nice. Al has a more like minimalist type look. These ones are rhodochrosites. Yeah, and like a brass metal, which is like my favorite metal. I'll leave a link to her page, as well as a handful of other people that I've bought stuff from, because I've had a lot of people ask me about things in the past when they're like, oh, where'd you get your earrings? That's really cool. I did actually have an entire video about my like jewelry collection, which I'll leave a link to in a card. So yeah, been liking these a lot. And in a similar theme, I love fall. We all know this.
I love fall.
Fall fashions. I love winter clothes, winter scents, fall scents. I just love everything about it, because I don't necessarily like my arms, and I wear a lot of tights. That's my thing. I wear a lot of black. So summer is not necessarily like my season, you know? Like I want like winter rock star is my like aesthetic that I want to have. And summer does not lend itself to that. So I have been not that excited about clothes lately because it's been so hot, but I am constantly kind of always loving and looking at this one particular Etsy shop that I've bought some things from in the past, and I'll show you them. I saw her page on Instagram when somebody I follow was wearing one of her products, and it goes by Exo Umbra, based in the UK, so it's not something that gets here quickly. So fair warning, if you want to buy something from there and you live in the US, it takes a bit because everything's handmade and made to order and mailed from England. So like, it's a process, but it's totally worth it for me personally. I have 3 pieces of clothing from her. They're all tops, but the first 2 I bought at the same time. So she uses a lot of runes in her designs, a lot of hand-painted garments, and a lot of the things are made from like t-shirts and pieces of t-shirts, like recycled literal like tees. So her tags are also very cool. She like hand paints her tags, which are really nice. This one's a really cool, like just oversized tee. Sometimes I'll just wear it with jeans, I'll tie it up, I'll wear it with leggings and like a hat and a sweater. It's really nice. Also that I bought at the same time is this Batwing tee. It's like a crop top. I'm gonna try to do some sort of like fall lookbook if I can get my boyfriend to help me film it. Who knows? I really like this shirt. It's super cool. I wear it with high-waisted jeans. I wear it with skirts. It's a great shirt. It has impact and it's super comfortable. And because everything's made with like t-shirts and cotton, they don't get uncomfortable. It's like, it's easy to wear when it is warm outside, but obviously like the aesthetic is a little bit more like fall oriented. And then the most recent piece I got couple of months ago is this top. It has like a moon on one side and then the eye on the other, and it has kind of corresponding things on the bottom, but it also has a lace trim and it kind of like flares out at the bottom, so it's really cute with leggings. It's just long enough for it to kind of read as a dress, but it's more of like a tunic type fit because I have a longer torso. It's really comfortable. Again, it's very cute. It's very breathable and I like her style. I've been really oogling at like 2 particular dresses on there lately that I'm like, oh my God, I want. Huh? And her style is just super cool. I've been really liking those particular pieces of clothing. Yeah, and everything's handmade. So it has that extra special like thing. Because I love getting things from Etsy sellers, from handmade sellers, because there's always like handwritten cards and like sometimes extra special little gifty things. It's just like, it's such a lovely experience buying something from Etsy when the shop owner like really takes pride in what they're doing. I used to have an Etsy shop where I sold vintage things and then I stopped doing it because it was too much work. But I love Etsy. I do. TV favorites. Oh boy. So, Bachelor in Paradise. My sister and I watch. I know, it's a guilty pleasure. I realize it, but you know, it's entertaining. I mean, Bachelor in Paradise is not nearly as weird as like The Only Way is Essex, because holy shit, that show is fucking weird. We turned that on and I'm like, what is happening? Bachelor in Paradise. And then my sister opened my eyes to Misfits. And I know y'all are probably like,
Abby, how have you never seen Misfits? What the fuck?
I know. I don't know how I've never seen Misfits. I saw the GIFs all over Tumblr. I watched Skins. That was the time. I watched it all. But somehow I missed actually watching Misfits. And I finished the first 2 seasons in like a few days because the seasons are very short. And I absolutely love it. It's so weird watching a show that's 10 years old because all of the music is also 10 years old. So I was like feeling a lot of like late 2000s, like indie, like British indie rock vibes. And I was like, oh my God, they have the Cribs and like the Rapture and Block Party, like the XX. Holy crap. An old Foles record, just all this old music that was just like part of my formative music life. So yeah, all this British indie rock from the late 2000s was just giving me all the feels. So because of that, I made an entire playlist of like some of my favorite records of 2009. So I'll leave a link to that. It's on my Spotify account. I had like a marathon stream with my patrons the other day and I was like, I'm just gonna go through all this music that I listened to in 2009 because it's 2019 and I feel really old. Yeah, 2009 music was my shit. Yeah, Misfits has been hilarious and wonderful and very weird, basically seeing a young Klaus Hargreaves, because Nathan is Klaus Hargreaves, like what the hell? So that's been fun experiencing for the first time. Music things. Honestly, I haven't really listened to any new music because this last month has been so very busy of weddings and wedding related shenanigans, and I don't know how I've been able to keep up with making videos. So I'm glad I did, because it's been nice. It's been a good escape. I need to go to a show because I went to like my first show after like a month and a half the other day because I was like, damn, I haven't been to one since July. What? So yes, I'm very excited for September to be over. Having a lot of Billie Joe Armstrong feels lately. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I'm still kind of gathering people for my like favorite smaller beauty YouTubers, favorite smaller creators video. I just haven't had the time to like sit down and like make a whole list. So I'll leave those out of this for now because I am going to make like an entire video talking about smaller creators that I've really been enjoying. So look forward to that. Let me know of any like particular like Halloween related videos you want me to do. My sister living with me now, we might have an opportunity to like just go do more spooky stuff and drive to more spooky places, because driving to spooky places by myself is not nearly as fun, and my boyfriend doesn't always like it. So now that my sister is living with me, we can go do more stuff. So let me know in the comments what you want me to do, because I am excited for it to be October. Holy crap. So today's song of the day, let's see. Today's song of the day be Spanish Sahara from Foles, because it was during a very like weirdly raunchy part of Misfits and made me feel stuff. So, and it's also just a really good song. It's probably the best song off that record. Yeah, it's probably my favorite song off that particular Foles album. So check it out, Spanish Sahara. Check out Foles' whole catalog. Check out my Spotify playlist as well because it's hilarious. Just like thinking about like,
Wow.
this Tegan and Sarah record is 10 years old. Wow, Matt and Kim was a thing 10 years ago. What? I had a friend post the other day. She's like, I'm officially dating somebody who's too young to know who Tegan and Sarah is. And I'm like, what? Why? Why? Like, she's 27. It's like, why would you do that? Oh, God. So thanks again to my patrons. Y'all have been a grand old time. I've been having a lot of fun with our streams and our little like fun times. So if you like, if you want to have access to a private Discord and just like fun, silly streams that we do on occasion, I try to do at least once a week. Sometimes I do twice, depending on what I'm doing. Check out my Patreon if you want to, only if you want to. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna film another video, but that video will probably go up before this one because this is going to be probably the last video of the month because favorites. Pre-recording like a champ. Okay, bye.